Hey everybody, my name is James. I think I'm going to start a video series about, I'm trying to do 365 days of me. The goal for this would be, I don't know, making it to regionals would be nice for CrossFit, of course, for you those who know what I'm talking about. A little background about myself. I was in the Army for 7 years, 9 months. Got out almost 3 years ago. While I was in the military, I was in the military police for, 5 of those years. Last 3 years was spent as military police, but as a dog handler. While in the military, I found that passion that I love so much. Actually, I found two passions, the dog handling, and while I was in Germany, my first duty station, CrossFit. I am a firm believer in the sport, in the community. I'm a avid Kool-Aid drinker of this great lifestyle. Like I said, it started back in 2009. A buddy of mine introduced it to me. And my very first workout was miserable. My background in exercise prior to that was traditional lifting. Played football for almost 9 years, so a lot of deadlifts, squats, cleans every once in a while with the most ugliest form you've probably ever seen. And I kind of just doing everything on my own, so I didn't know much. I didn't know what was right. I listened to all of the quote-unquote professionals in their own mind about what lifts should be like, what should they look like, and whatnot. And I was in decent shape, but my buddy introduced me to CrossFit, and I think my very first workout had something to do with running, handstand push-ups, and clean. Not necessarily in that order, but I think those were the movements. Forgive the sweat dripping off my hat right now. I just finished a workout, and I'll let you guys know what I'm doing, what program I'm following in just a second. But it was miserable, that very first workout. Handstand push-ups, I couldn't kick up on the wall. I fell. I had scratches on my head and my arm. I was throwing up by the end of it. It was brutal. But I fell in love with it because it was a miserable experience while doing it, but afterwards it was the most satisfying and rewarding thing I've done in a very long time in regards to workouts. So fast forward a couple years, I'd been doing it. I went to my very first box, our gym in upstate New York at CrossFit DeWitt. Shout out to Joe and Tex. It really showed me what the community was about the first time I stepped into a gym. Mind you, I think I drove about 45 minutes to an hour one way just to go to this gym because it was the closest one to Fort Drum at the time. And I went religiously every Saturday. Woke up really ridiculously early in the morning to catch that very first class or just afterwards. Then I work out with Tex and Joe, or Tex and Joe, and a couple other people that showed up. Met and made another really good friend, Sheila Barton. She's incredible. Her journey alone is an inspiration to me. Just knowing her prior to, making it to regionals, the games, being a good athlete, to what she is now, it's fascinating, and it gives me the utmost, motivation to push. That's kind of the background about myself right now. Currently, it is, I think today's date is the 17th or 16th. Let me look real quick. It is the 16th of February. We're about a week away from the 2017 CrossFit Open. and I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. Since the Open started, I've done them. This year I've been, I guess you say, preoccupied, kind of depressed and down about the whole thing, not satisfied with where I'm at as a CrossFit athlete. I just didn't expect a lot more out of myself. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to do the Open or not. I don't know. We'll see. I have some time to think about it. Anyways, I'm living in Arizona now. I am a coach at Living CrossFit. I love this little community. I came, oh shoot, I've been working here for almost, I think 2 years now. This gym I came to in it kind of just started. In this area of Phoenix, Laveen area, there aren't very many gyms that are around, so this is kind of like an untapped little community area. And the people who show up here, the coaches, the atmosphere, is what CrossFit is about. Hands down, all walks of life, from people who have sports backgrounds to people who have no exercise background whatsoever in here, but they're in here every day kicking ass, and it is amazing. I am married. I do have one little girl. She's 2 years old, and I have another one on the way. March 20th is projected due date, so I'll be a dad times 2 of 2 little princesses. My wife and my kids are the best things that happen to me, hands down. And they are also, you know, my motivators. I want to say is a good example. You know, it's that is kind of, you know, the big thing, and that kind of is what it keeps me going. One of the biggest things that keep me going. I met my wife when I was stationed in Georgia, in a gym actually, so it's perfect. We have this great love for this sport that we share together, and then you know, being able to share it. Sharing the experiences. Her and I have both done competitions together. I coach her, she yells at me, and what's rare, or what I hear from people, you know, couples, married couples, people who are dating, don't make really good teammates in CrossFit events, but I found it awkwardly contrary to when it's my wife and I, because we work really well together, and we've done really well in competitions, and I can't wait for our kids to grow up and see it when mom and dad go out and do competitions and crush people. Anyways, so the reason why my hat was sweating and I'm sweating, I've done several programs throughout the years, CrossFit from 2009 up to 2017. And one program that I've been doing for quite a while, I started back in 2015, was Ben Bergeron's competitors training, comp train, built by Bergeron, whatever you want to call it. I love the programming. I love that it's, you know, split up between your open athletes and your regional athletes. You know, experience-wise, it's just a great program all the way around. I'm actually doing, this is my part-time job as a coach. I coach Tuesdays and Thursdays, the evening classes, late afternoon classes from 4 to 7. Saturdays I help when we have that open, you know, community workout. Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I have a 12-hour job. I wake up 4:30 in the morning, get home at 6:30 at night, or no, I get off at 6:30 at night, so I don't get home until around 7:15 at night. So I have a little time to enjoy family and work out. It's one or the other, really. So when I come home, it's all about family more than anything else. So like I said, I've done other programming. I did Invictus for a while. I did Outlaw for a while. My wife and I were doing Outlaw for a very long time. Olympic lifts got really strong, but our just the volume and the amount of weight just kind of destroyed the both of us. And I don't know if it was lack of training or lack of technique, lack of skill. I mean, those are, you know, probably huge factors into why we were getting so beat up. But we kind of got away from that and found in comp train, the Bergeron stuff, and then I've been doing that. There are some days where I could do maybe a week of his training, and then there's other days where I miss Wednesday or Monday, I miss Wednesday, and I miss some of Friday. But I make up for it, or I try to. I do 2 days when I shouldn't, and then do training as hard as I can when I do the training. But this is what I'm going to be vlogging about. It's kind of my journey starting now. Don't know if I'm going to do the open until hopefully this time, if I'm up to it. So I hope some of you who are watching this keep me accountable until this time next year. Thanks for taking 11 minutes and 45 seconds out of your day to check out my life, so to speak. And I'll be seeing you guys later.